Hello everyone, how are we doing? Hope everyone's okay, enjoying Sunday. And welcome to our live today. We're running a little bit late, I'm so sorry. We're just preparing our pH strips because as you know, today we will be talking about pH of the skin acidity. And I'll have a little experiment for you guys, but before we do that, just bear with me. I'm just gonna cut these little strips here so we are ready for our experiment, and wait a few minutes until Facebook will load our live because it usually takes a couple of minutes. Just double check if you can hear me and you can see me well. If you can just write in the comments that you can hear me well. So we need two more, okay. And we will start our live in a minute. Just got my strips ready. There we go. All right. How's everyone? Enjoying Sunday? So we've got everything ready now. And as you know, we are talking skin acidity. So the pH of the skin and how do we taking care of our skin well. So you know the skin is our largest organ, right? So the same way as we take care of our heart, our liver, our kidneys, right? We always make sure that we're healthy and our organs function well. So it's the same, we're taking care of our skin. Our skin is the largest organ in our system, right? Pretty simple. So before we start, I would like you to get familiar with a couple of words. So the first one will be acid mantle, the second, pH, the third, sebum, and transepidermal water loss tell. 4 words we'll be talking about in relation to skin health. So the first one, acid mantle. For a healthy, glowing looking skin, our acid mantle, which is our protective barrier of the skin, should be intact. Right? It should be healthy and should be always there. And the acid mantle is made of water and oils. The oils are our sebum. Sebum is usually made of cholesterol and the fatty acids. Okay, so these are already our 2 words we learned. So the acid mantle, the protective barrier, the sebum, our healthy oils on our skin, which are produced naturally by our system. And what happens from trying to make it as easy as possible, from back in the days, from our classes, we know that oil always sit on top, right? So we've got water and oil will always flow on top, right? So we've got our skin here. So that's our skin, the surface of the skin. You can see this little, like a fish scale, that's our skin. And this is the dead skin cells on the surface of epidermis. So what happens? To protect that skin here, we'll need our acid mantle, our protective layer, okay? So the protective layer, as I said, is made of water and oil. Oil always goes on top, sits on the top. Now what happens is if we used wrong cleansers, cleansers that are foaming a lot and stripping everything, what will happen? The cleanser will take off the gunk, scum, everything, dirt, makeup, everything from our skin together with our sebum, so the good oils that should protect our skin. So what happened then? The oil that was sitting on top of the water that keeps our skin moisturized, the oil is gone now. We took it away with harsh cleansers. So what happens is the water will have no protection, evaporates, And what we are left here? Bare skin. So then no matter what we apply, our skin will be irritated. If we buy ourselves a good quality serum, actives in the serum, and then we apply on the bare skin without protective barrier, it will irritate, it will sting, right? So for healthy, glowing skin, we always start with good quality cleansers. And from the chemistry class, you know there is a pH barrier, because that's our another word, pH. We already learned acid mantle, sebum, now pH. What is a pH? From the chemistry class, we know that pH scale, on the pH scale, we can measure a substance that is either acidic, 0, or alkaline, 14. So just to give you an example to make it easier, water, natural water, so the water that we drink will have pH of about 7. That's neutral. Our bleach we use for cleaning toilet, for example, will have a pH of above 14. So 14 is that alkaline scale. So you can see that our skin, if you remember, our skin is about pH 5.5, and this is slightly acidic. If 7 is halfway and is neutral, water, then our skin should be about 5.5, which is slightly acidic, okay? So now, what happens is, if we use harsh cleansers, then what happens, it takes our skin either too alkaline, drying the skin, removing the protective layer, either it's too acidic, okay? So if we remove our skin barrier, what happens to the skin? The skin might be too irritated, it might be itchy, it might be peeling, there might be overproduction of sebum as well, because if the skin loses its natural oils, water evaporates, skin is dehydrated, therefore produces more sebum, right? It's starting to panic because there is not enough protection. It thinks that there is not enough moisture and produces more and more sebum. When the skin is dehydrated, but it produces more sebum, the dead skins get clogged and the acne can form beneath the skin, right? So there are many conditions that can be related to skin dehydration, to a wrong use of cleansers. For example, I'll give you that little example as well. I'm sure most of you have fish tanks when you were a kid. I remember I used to have a fish tank. Or you might have a fish tank at the moment. If you do, have a look at your fish tank now and compare it to our skin. So if you look at the fish tank and you see on the surface there's water flowing, right? On the surface, that's our epidermis, that's our top of the skin. On the bottom, where you have sand in your fish tank, imagine that this is our fat tissue, right? Protects us from the cold, or we can sit on the cushion. So imagine what's inside the tank. Inside the tank is your fish, your life, right? So now think of your fish tank as your skin. Inside the skin, that's your life, that's your collagen, that's your elastin, that's your hyaluronic acid that flows in between proteins. So now what happens if you use the wrong pH in your fish tank? If you put your water straight from the sink, you put water in your fish tank, what happens? Life's over, your fish is dead, right? So it's the same with the skin. If you use the wrong pH, wrong cleansers, that will happen. The same with your skin. Over time, your cells will suffer. Therefore, it all goes back to basic. The less you use, the best for your skin, as long as you stick to the acidity pH of 5.5. So I explain the pH, and I would like to tell you the difference between the cleansers, because we know there are different types of cleansers. There are milky, creamy, balmy cleansers, which are very delicate. There are jelly type, which are my favorite, as long as they're not foaming cleansers. And also there are three of cleanser which I don't really like to talk about. They are the Micellar Water, the bar soaps, and obviously the face wipes, which gives me shivers when I talk about. So these three soap bars, even if they 5.5 in pH, most of them, I'm not saying all soap bars, but most of the soap bars, they are made of tallow. Tallow is an animal fat. It's animal fat that is made of, well, the kettle's animal fat. Okay, let's stick to that. So you're in the shower, you use a bar of soap, and look around your shower after, look around your cabin after the shower. What happens on the glass? It's lime scale. There is a lot of scum going on the shower cabin, right? So imagine that on your face. Don't recommend at all. I'm not saying all, but most of them, yes. We'll test it as well later on. Then we have micellar water, which is a little bit too harsh for the skin, but I would take it only if you're going for some festival or in a place where there is no a good water connection. Then you can use micellar water, but always make sure you wipe it with your toner, because micellar water has little micells that act as a Pac-Man. They will eat on your skin eventually if you don't take it off your skin, right? And face wipes, and I don't really want to talk about face wipes, because face wipes don't clean your makeup, they don't clean your skin, they smear. And I was going to show you one experiment as well about face wipes, but I forgot to take a couple of things with me. Imagine this, got a box, a sweetie box. Imagine this is your skin, and you have makeup on your skin. So imagine I put ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise on that board here, which I didn't take with me. I was going to. So if you just mess around with that board, make a lot of mess. And if you take a wipe, if you take a facial wipe, what it will do, it will smear. It will smear everything around, and that gunk scum you have on your skin together with makeup and your sebum, it will be just smeared around. You won't clean it off at all. So therefore, no big fan of wipes. Also, there's a lot of alcohol, drying alcohol, and chemicals that are not good for your skin and your protective barrier. So I think we know a lot about cleansers now. There's one last thing I want you to understand, that there are two types of cleansers when we look at what's inside the cleanser and the ingredients. There are department stores cleansers, and there are in-salon cleansers, and there's a major difference between. And there is a statement saying you get what you paid for. And this is so 100% accurate when it comes to the cleansers. Only because there are two types, two different ingredients. There are bioorganic cleansers, surfactants, and there are synthetic surfactants. So the agent that make cleansers soapy, foamy, right? And the natural organic surfactants, they are produced with a use of vegetable oils. So vegetable oils derived and a natural organic cleansers produced. Where the synthetic is much cheaper, it's not as expensive as the vegetable oils, therefore the price will be lower. And the synthetic will be very foamy and irritating to the skin. This is what we will see in our experiment. I hope you're ready. I'll just turn the camera so you will be able to see my little table here. Okay. If there will be any questions, I will answer later on, or you can watch it on replay. So I have a little sample box here, the container. We've got our pH strips. So as I said earlier, 5.5, it's our natural pH, and it just sits here between 5 and 6, yellow to orange, okay? When the product is very acidic, it goes to 1, or very alkaline bleach, all the way 14. Okay, so this is what we'll be testing today. Got our strips here, and just to test these strips, just to show you, I will use water. So you know, as you know, water is neutral. Let's be honest. Oh. Okay, so go water, and in the other one, I'll put domestos. Careful, I'm wearing all black today. I want to spill domestos on my clothes. I should be wearing gloves, really. Okay, so we've got a little bit goes a long way. Okay, so we have water and bleach. And now I would like you to see the difference. Can you see what are the containers here? Okay, I will lift it up. So first we test water. Just dip the paper. Okay, put it aside. And you can see the water is, can you see that? The water is just yellow neutral, okay? Right, so we put that aside. Down our wipes. Good use of wipes. And the second one is our domestos, right? Our bleach. Don't want to name brands here. So the bleach always goes very alkaline. It's very drying. And just look now what's gonna happen when I put the paper, the pH strip, into the bleach. Can you see that? Woo! It goes black. My gosh. Just close to the camera. I don't want to spill it anywhere. Can you see that? It's black. So that's bleach. Okay? So we know our strips are working. I want to turn the camera a little bit lower because so you won't be able to see. Okay, I think you can see it now better. So we tested our water, which is neutral, around 7. We tested the bleach, which is very alkaline. It turned black at first. When you read the pH strips, you have to look at them within the first 30 seconds. So yesterday I made a trip to the supermarket and I purchased a couple of cleansers, including bar of soap, and also will have 2 cleansers that I use in clinic. Okay, so we'll start with the simple. Okay, we'll have simple. Put all of them in. That's simple. That's another department brand. And that's third one. Move them here so we know which one's which. Okay. There we go. Very thick consistency. Bar of soap, we'll move it here because we'll deal with the bar of soap in a minute. And then we have our sensitive cleanser, which we use in clinic. And we have the milky, creamy cleanser. Okay, we'll leave that in the end. So now we will taking the pH strips and we will measure the pH. Remember, the neutral pH is 7, which won't change that, which will go slightly greenish. The pH that we're looking for here is 5.5, which shouldn't be we shouldn't change the color of the strip because it's already yellow. If it's acidic, it will go into a very orangey dark red color, and if it's drying alkaline, it goes into very dark green, purple towards black. Okay, so we're testing first one. Okay, let it soak in. And there we go, it's already changing. My hands are... Okay, hope you'll be able to see that. Can you see that color? It's going green. You see that? It's nearly 8. The bar of soap is about 10. So the simple is not so simple. Going very green. Okay? So I'll put the first one here. That was our testing water and bleach. Leave that on the side. So the first one was our simple. That's the second department brand. Leave it to soak in. Can you see that? It's also turning very green. That's 8, between 7 and 8. So that's far away from our natural pH 5.5. Right? You see that? That was our second here. Now we're moving into the third one, which is tea tree Australian exfoliating wash, and it should be a gentle non-abrasive wash, deep cleansing and hydrating without over drying. So let's test that. You see that? Yeah. There we go. Just right here in the end. Okay, wait 30 seconds. And we can already see the difference between the top and the color of our strip. It's not as bad as the first and second, as the simple and other department store brand, but it also changing the color into, I would give it 6.5, right? That's our third one. Now we're moving to our sensitive Juliette Armand cleansers that we use in clinic. Can you see the difference? It didn't change at all. The pH didn't change the pH at all. Can you see the first one? Can you see the difference? So that's our simple department store, and that is our in-store, in-clinic Juliette Armand cleanser. And we also have the milky creamy balm. That's our milky creamy butter. which is the less irritating. It's actually soothing on the skin. Okay, so you can see that it doesn't change the color at all. Okay, and the very last one, hands got messy now. The very last one, let me just wipe my hand. The very last one here for our test is a bar of soap. Just a basic bar of soap from department store. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to soak it in the water a little bit. So that was our water here, neutral. We'll just put a little bit of water, foam it a bit. Okay, so this is just a bar of soap. So I know some of you use bar of soap to cleanse your skin. So we'll take our last strip and can you see what's happening? Have a look. That is super alkaline, super drying to the skin. Straight away. That is like between 9 and 10. That's a bar of soap. So, shocking, really. Bar of soap. Leave it for your hands, no face. Yeah. What do you think of the experiment? Let me know in the comments. And as I said, always go with organic cleansers. Good for your skin, no drying. As I explained before, if you overstrip, if you remove everything, if your cleanser is very foamy, it removes everything from your skin. It removes the good fat and the bad fat, literally everything, leaving your skin bare without protection, without good oils, without water. It's just drying and not helping your skin. I hope you enjoy that experiment. You can do that at home. Right. One very last thing today, I would also like to show you how to cleanse your skin in the right way. Okay? So that's why I didn't apply I don't really like to apply makeup, especially on the weekend. But let me just show you. I have to take my glasses off. I've been reading a lot lately, therefore I need my glasses. So what do we do? Normally I will put a headband on my hair, but I would just like to show you today. So I'll take my Juliette. My favorite is the gel cleanser. But make sure that your gel cleansers are no foaming. The minute they start foam a lot, they overstripping your skin. They're removing everything from your skin. So take a couple of pumps. And how do we cleanse skin? As you know, we all have facial hair. Less or more, but we do all have facial hair, especially on cheeks. And I do have a lot of vellus hair. So we apply cleanser, the gentle, non-foaming cleanser. Okay, just apply entirely on the skin. And this one is gentle enough. If you use gentle, good quality cleansers, you can use for your eye makeup as well, because they won't irritate your skin. If you use the foamy, harsh cleansers, you won't be able to cleanse your eye makeup. So what I do, there is a rule of counting to 30. If you can go longer, amazing. But when you cleanse your skin, try to count to 30. Okay? So make sure you go under. You see all this facial hair? You go under the facial hair, circle motion, okay? So you go circle or circle, circle motion, right? Make sure you clean around your mouth. You know, when we eat, we should be cleaning our mouth after we finish, because we all have, you know, sometimes we get a lot of blackheads around mouth. and that's usually from not cleaning your makeup well, your skin, and after eating it's good to give a wipe as well, just to make sure that you remove all the dirt and any food particles. So you cleanse your skin, make sure you go under your facial hair, make sure you go around your nostrils. That's super important because most of the gunk and scum is left here. And you go here on your forehead, right? Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. And here on your hairline too. That's super important. When you cleanse, make sure you cleanse on your hairline. Okay, and now take a flannel and clean it with your flannel. Again, make sure that you clean it on your cheeks, around nostrils, and your facial hair properly around, and go under the chin. Can you see that? Go under the chin here. Most of my clients that come with acne on their chin, it's usually from not cleaning well. Okay, so take your flannel, your good quality cleanser, and make sure you cleanse it all off. In the evening, cleanse it twice. If you use good quality pH 5.5 cleanser, you don't really need to use toner. If you want to, go for it, but if you don't want to, use a good quality cleanser, cleanse it twice, and your skin is okay, good to go for applying another actives. Okay, so now my skin is cleansed. If I wear makeup, I will clean it twice. Make sure you go under this facial hair here and here and here and everywhere, and count to 30. Okay, so now my skin is ready to apply other products. So pat it dry with a tissue paper, apply your serum, wait for a couple of minutes, apply your moisturizer, and you're good to go. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this live today. Thank you for being here. If any questions, I will answer in a minute, because it's getting late as well. I don't want to keep you here. Yes, Julia, yes, I will answer all the questions later on. Thank you guys. And I'll see you soon with another videos. Enjoy your rest of the Sunday. Bye.